Hey there, Nicole Young here from NicoleZ.com. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can process a portrait to give it a really interesting, dramatic, and also creative look. First, I'll show you how you can use the raw develop filter to make some basic enhancements. Then I'm going to move on to add a little bit more of a creative flair, including the use of the new LUT Mapping filter and the sunrays filter. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to click on the Add Filters button. And this is a raw file, so I'll go ahead and click the Raw Develop filter to go ahead and make a few corrections to the tone in the image. Overall, the photo is a little too bright, so I'm going to reduce the exposure by about half a stop, and I'm also going to increase the contrast. Just with those two simple adjustments, I was able to really intensify the photograph while still keeping within the realm of that beautiful portrait editing style. Now I'm going to add a new adjustment layer to make a few more creative enhancements. I'm going to click on that plus icon at the top and select Add New Adjustment Layer. Because this is a portrait of a young girl, I'm going to start off by adding a soft focus filter. I'll increase the amount to add a nice touch of softness to the image. That might be a little too much, so I'm going to scale it back to about 25. I'm going to add another filter, and this time I'm going to add the new LUT Mapping filter. In the Choose LUT dropdown, I'm going to select the Ushuaia filter, and I hope I'm saying that right. Right off the bat, the intensity is a little too much. I do like the color, and I like the kind of the matte tone that it's adding, but I'd like to reduce the amount. So I'm going to scale that amount slider down while I'm watching the image at the same time, and I'll set it somewhere in the 30s. I'm just going to toggle that preview of that filter on and off to see how that looks, and I really like where this image is going. Now to add kind of a fun creative effect, I'm going to add a sunrays filter. So I'll click on sunrays, and the first thing I always do when using this filter is I place the sun center in a different spot. So I'll click on Place Sun Center, and I'm going to move it pretty far off to the left. Now the light source for this image was on the left side of the frame, so it's appropriate for me to position those sun rays off to the left. Now if I want to move them any further, I'm going to want to use the X and Y coordinates. So I'm going to slide the X coordinate pretty far to the left. Actually, I'm going to go all the way to the left to really spread out that light. And I'm also going to kind of adjust the Y filter to move it up and down. And I think I want it kind of near the top there, and I think that looks pretty good. Now in the number setting, I'm going to move it all the way to the left just to give it a nice kind of a glow. And I'm just going to use that Y slider and move the sun center around so that it looks like the light's coming from the top left portion of the frame. And so with just a few quick steps, I was able to take this raw photograph and give it some really unique creative enhancements.